Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Web Technologies. In today's class, we are going to learn the CSS background property with every possible values. This CSS background property let us control the size and properties of images so that we can make responsive images for both smaller and larger screens. So let us take a look at what are all the possible CSS background properties. The first one is the background hyphen image. Okay, so by using this property, we will be adding image to the background. And the next one is background hyphen size. Okay, and the next one is background position. Background position. And the next one is background repeat. Background repeat. And the next property is background color. And the next property is background origin. And the next one is background clip. And the next one is background attachment. And the next one is background. Okay, so this is a shorthand kind of property wherein you can include many other properties in this particular property. Okay, fine. So these are all the available CSS background properties. Let us take a look at each and everything in detail. So for that, what I have done is I have taken an HTML document. This is .html file, so which is named as img, and this is the version of the HTML, which is HTML5, and this is the HTML tag, and inside the HTML tag, I have the head section, so wherein I have put the title and then the encoding format, which is UTF-8 and so on. So inside the body, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div. Okay, and then I'm going to close the div. Okay, so I made a division and now I'm going to style this division with the background color and so on. To style it, I'm going into the head section. So inside the head section, I'm creating a tag which is style tag. So I created a tag which is style tag. Inside the style tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create style for the div element. So this is the div element. So I'm just putting the div element like this. Okay, so this is the selector. So the selector is the div. And then what are all the property values that I want to give for div will be going in between this open and closing curly brackets. Okay, so let me give a background color to it. So first thing is I'm doing background color. So I'm giving a background color yellow and I'm giving some width to it, and the width will be some 500 pixels, and then I'm giving height to the div. So the height to the div is 400 pixels. Okay, so as of now, I just gave the color to the div and I gave width and height of the div. Let me go to the browser and show you how it is rendered. So you can see this is the div. Okay, so 500 and 400 pixels width and height, and background color is yellow. Now let us see the property which is background image. So what is background image? Background image will add an image, and the syntax of it is like this. So the syntax is, so I need to give the property which is background. So background hyphen and then image. And then I need to give the URL. So this is how I need to give it. And in between this, I need to give single quotes. And inside this, I need to give the URL of the image. If the image is in the same folder, we can directly give the image name over here. Else, if the image is in some other folder or you're taking it from online and all that, we just need to give the absolute path. I have an image which is in the same folder, which is nothing but thor.png. So I'm taking this image and I'm trying to put it as a background for the div element. Okay, so I saved this and I'm going to the browser, and as I refresh it, you can see that the image appeared here in the div. Okay, so this is the background image. But you can see that the image is not complete. There is still a part of the image which is not shown. Okay, so to make the entire image appear in this particular element, we have one more property which is nothing but background size. So I'm going to use that. So I'm going to use the background size property. So I said background hyphen size, and I'm going to say that contain. Okay, so I said background hyphen size and I'm saying contain. So let me save this go back to the browser and let me refresh this. As I refresh this, you can see that the image appeared in full and also the image repeated. Okay, by default, the image will repeat. So if you just want the image not to repeat, okay, so we have one more property, which is that background. Okay, so background hyphen repeat, and I'm saying it is no repeat. So I'm just saying it is no hyphen repeat. Okay, so what will happen when I give no hyphen repeat? When I give no repeat, the image will not repeat. Okay, so let me go to the browser and show you. Okay, so you can see the image is showing full and the image is not repeating also. So when I give a property value contain, so contain will actually resize the image to be fully visible. Okay, so that is what is contained. So let me give another value, which is cover. Okay, so size can take in four kinds of values. The first is contain, which I already showed you, and the second is cover, and the third one is auto, and then other one is you can give in terms of percentages as well. Give cover and show you. So as I save this and refresh over here, you can see this is the cover. Okay, so what is meant by cover? Cover means that it should span across the entire space. Okay, so that is meant by cover. Okay, so if I give auto, what will happen when I give auto? Okay, auto will not resize the image or whatever. It will just keep the image width and height as it is. Okay, so the original size of the image will be as it is. Okay, right. I can also give this background size in terms of percentages. So I can say like along the x-axis, it should span 75%, and along the y-axis, it should span 75%. Okay, or it could be 50. I'm giving 75. So as I refresh this, you can see that along the x-axis, it is spanning across. Let me show you this. Okay, along the x-axis, you can see that it is spanning 75%. Even along the y-axis, you can see it is spanning 75%. Okay, so this is some of the values that you can give for property size. Okay. So let us try to look more into background repeat. The background repeat property can have many values. One is repeat by default, and the other is no repeat, and the other is repeat X, and then we have repeat Y, and then we have space, and then round. What is meant by repeat? Repeat image is where the image will be repeated multiple times along the X and Y axes as long as the screen space ends. And repeat X is where the image repeats itself multiple times along the X axis as screen space ends. And repeat Y is where the image multiplies many times along the Y axis as screen space ends. Okay, no repeat is where image will not be repeated and it will be left aligned. And next is space. When you try to stretch the image using space property value, what happens is there will be spaces in between the images, and round is where the image stretches itself without any spaces in between them. So I'll show you all this in practicals now. So the first one is repeat, as you can see on the screen. First is repeat, where the image repeated multiple times. Now the second is where I am giving no repeat. So no repeat will be like this. So this is the property value, which is no repeat. So let me save this and refresh. So you can see the image is not repeated and it is left aligned to the element. Next, I'm giving repeat X. So here I'll take this off and I'll say repeat hyphen X. Okay, so this is how I'm giving. So let me actually give some size to this. So 25 percentage and 25 percentage, and then we'll see. Okay, so you can see this is repeating along the x-axis. Okay, so let me now actually make it repeat along y-axis. So let me say repeat hyphen y. So let me refresh this and see. Okay, so this is repeat along y-axis. Now let us look into the last two property values of the background repeat. So those are space and round. Now coming to the space. What happens when I give space value? The image is repeated as much as possible without clipping. What is meant by without clipping? Without clipping means that it is not stretched or it is not cut to fit into the element and all that. So nothing of that sort will happen. The images will go to the first and last positions of the element and they're pinned over there, and the white spaces, the rest of the space is distributed evenly between the images. So this is what will happen when a space is given. When I give the round value, the image is repeated, it is squished, it is stretched to fill the spaces, and there won't be any spaces between the images. Let me show you this in practicals. So for that, I am changing the image now. So I am taking an image which is star.jpg. So I have reduced the size to 35% and 35%, and I'm giving a space over here. Okay, so I gave background repeat is space. Okay, let me save this. Let us go back to the browser and refresh this. Okay, so this is the space. As I already told you that the image is repeated as much as possible without clipping. Okay, so because 35% and 35% is 70%, and rest of the 30%, the image cannot fit in this 30%. So it will not clip it. It will not make any modifications to the image. So there is a gap. Okay, so this gap is nothing but the white spaces that it will put in between the images. And this is how space will look like. Okay, fine. So this is space. And now let me change the background repeat to be round. Okay, so I made it round. What did I say for round? Round is repeating. Okay, so it repeats, squishes and stretches the image to fill in, and there won't be any spaces. As I refresh this, you can see that this is round. The images are clipped. Okay, so there is some cutting of the images so that it fits in this particular division and there won't be any spaces in between the images. So this is regarding the background property. So what are the values in the background repeat? So the background repeat property has got repeat, repeat X, repeat Y, no repeat, space and round. Now let us see how to give the background image to the entire body. Okay, so in the first case, I have shown you how to give the background image to the particular element. But now I'll show you how to give the background image to the body. Okay, so what I'll do is here I'll say it is body. Okay, and I'll give an image which is flower dot okay png. So I have given an image which is flower dot png, and I'm giving this image to the entire body. Okay, so let me take off this div from the body. Okay, so nothing is there. I'm just styling the body now. Okay, fine. As I refresh this, you can see that the entire body got the image, and this is by repeat. Okay, so it is repeating. And also here I have given round, right? So that's why it is giving us the round kind of effect. Okay, so this is how you can add a background image. And on top of this, you can actually add some paragraphs. So I'm saying this is, you can put some headings also. Okay, so let me put some heading, and I'm saying this is web technology. Okay, web technology. And then, and I'm putting a paragraph and I'm saying this is background repeat. Okay, property. Okay, I'm closing the paragraph. So as I refresh this, you can see all that will appear on top of this. Okay, so web technologies, this is the background repeat property. No repeat. Okay, so I'm putting no repeat for the background. So what will happen is the image will not repeat. Okay, so if you want to repeat it, just keep repeat. Okay, so now the image will repeat for you. Okay, so this is how you can set the background to the body. Okay, friends, now I will tell you how to actually add multiple images for that on the body. So I'm saying background and then image, give a column and then URL. So I'm giving tor.png as the first image. then give a comma and give the second image URL. Okay, so which is nothing but what did I give? Okay, so flower dot. Okay, so PNG. So now I have included two images. Let me save this and show you. Okay, so these are the two images that I have included. Okay, so I just said background hyphen image URL and I gave the store image and then URL. In case if you want the first image to not repeat, so you can see that the first image store has been repeated. But I don't want store to repeat. Okay, so in that case, I'll say background hyphen, okay, repeat. And then the first one is the store.png, right? So I don't want it to repeat. So I'm saying it is no repeat. And if you want the second one to repeat, you say repeat. Okay, so the first one will be applicable to the first URL and the second one will be applicable to the second URL. So let me show this. Okay, so you can see that store has been no repeat and then you can see the other one is repeat. The third property that I need to give is background hyphen size. And I want the first one to be contained and the second one also to be contained. Okay. So, okay. So this is how you got. So this is my flower.png and this is our toe.png. Okay. So this is actually how you can actually place images on your web page. Now we'll see the background shorthand property. By using the background shorthand property, we can actually give the other properties in a single line. So the order of the property values is background color, background image, background repeat, and background attachment and background position. So we need to give all the properties in this order itself. It does not matter if one of the property values is missing as long as the other ones are in order. So say for example, you don't want to mention the attachment, you can skip this, but the other properties should be in order. So let us take a look at the code. Okay, I have given the property to be background and then the first one is the color. Next I gave the URL and next is whether to repeat or not. And the next is the position. So I don't have attachment. So I just left it there. Okay, so this is right and top. You have three values for the right and also you have three values for the center. Okay, so center top, center center and center bottom, right top, right bottom and right center and left top, left center and left bottom. If I forget to give the second one or if I don't want to give the second one, it will take the second value to be center by default. Okay, so this is how I have written and let us see how it is rendered on the screen. So this is how it is rendered. I mentioned the image to be on the right top. So this is how the image is. Okay. And as I said, like give the background color to be yellow and you can see I said the image to no repeat and this is the URL of the image and then this is right top. Okay, so I can also make it as the left top. Okay, so if I make it as left top, so the image will come onto the left side and left top. Okay, so this is how actually you can arrange. And by using one single property, which is background, you can give all other properties in the single line. So this is what is called a shorthand background property. So that's it, friends. This is all about background property. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.